Welcome to At the Helm, the perceptions, the conceptions, a week at a time. The podcast where we challenge the way you think. I'm Abhijith, along with my co-host Yash.
Hey folks, we have a very interesting topic here. We are diving into something that we all deal on a daily basis, sometimes without even realizing it. Judgment. Specifically, don't judge a book by its cover.
The idea behind this saying is pretty simple, yet incredibly powerful. It's all about how we tend to form opinions or make judgments based on surface level impressions which often aren't accurate. And honestly, we've all been guilty of it at some point.
Exactly, whether it's how someone looks, their social media presence, or even the way they speak. It's so easy to jump to conclusions. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that you are completely off. It's like reading a novel and assuming you have solved the plot after the first chapter, but trust me, you haven't.
It's crazy, right? How we judge people based on things that aren't even true about them. I mean, we not only do it with people, we do it with books, movies, music, and hell, even with restaurants. You just walk in and just by the vibe, you think the food's going to be trash. But actually, when you try it, it blows your mind. It's all about digging deeper and not just by judging based on that first impression, right?
And here's the kicker, we are all carrying hidden biases, every single one of us. Our background, the way we were raised, the experience we've had, shape how we judge others without even us realizing it. So let me ask you this question. Is judgment always bad? After all, we do need judgments in life to navigate the world, right?
That's the tricky part, I mean, judgment in some form is essential. Think about it. If you're walking through a crowded room and you just catch a weird vibe from someone, you're not going to go and start up a conversation with him, right? That's survival instinct. But here's the key point. That judgment doesn't have to define that person. It's just assessing the situation and not really judging their character.
That's true. It's more about situations than people. We often mistake assessing someone's action for labeling them who they are as a person. For example, if someone doesn't act or look like you would assume they are not your type or not worth your time. But in reality, they could be completely different from what you expected.
Absolutely. It's like when you meet someone who seems super quiet or reserved and you instantly write them off as cold or unfriendly. But when you actually start talking to them, you find out that they're an open book with so much to offer.
Ooh, I have been there. I've had a classmate who came across cold, distant, and unfriendly. But once I had a chance to speak with him, I realized he was just very shy with a dry sense of humor. If I was stuck with my initial judgment, I would have. If I was stuck with my initial judgment, I would have missed out to get to know one of the coolest people in my class. And honestly speaking, we judge people before giving them a chance to prove who they really are.
Right, and that's where we need to start checking ourselves. We're not perfect. No one is expecting us to completely stop making judgments. It's at that particular moment when you're making a snap judgment, take a moment, pause, and think, is this really how I want to judge this person or situation?
Yeah, it's about challenging that reaction. Every time you think this person is just not your type or not worth your attention, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, am I making this assumption based on real information or not? Because real growth happens when we pause before we think, speak, or act.
Absolutely. It doesn't just apply to strangers. Sometimes we have to look at how we're judging ourselves, our own choices, and the paths we have taken. You might just be too quick to judge yourself, your actions, and your choices. Without fully understanding why you did that,
We are so quickly criticize ourselves for not meeting perfect standards. But in reality, we are just works in progress, figuring things out as we go.
spot on, because this is where empathy comes into play. That moment when you understand where someone else is coming from, whether it's a friend or even a stranger, that's when you understand that judging people is not easy. We all have our own battles, right? We never know what the other person is truly going through.
So, what's the fix? How do we change the way we speak or judge? Because I think the world would be a very kind place if we look beyond the surface, right?
That's a great question. It starts with awareness. The first step is by catching yourself before making a judgment. Just pause for a second and try asking yourself questions instead of assuming things. Like, if you think that someone else is being rude with you, ask yourself, could this person be having something else? Am I seeing the full picture?
Curiosity over judgment, kindness over assumption. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be seen for what we truly are.
Exactly. So here's a challenge for the listeners. Next time when you feel yourself about to judge someone, think about it. Pause for a second and ask yourself, do you really know the whole story? And try to see it from their perspective. Then you might be surprised at what you find out.
Alright, that's it for the week. Catch us next time when we are back with another deep dive into something that will make you question everything you thought you knew. And of course, we'll bring it to you with a little humor and a lot of sarcasm.
Until then, keep your mindset strong, your ideas brief, and your thoughts, well, a little less dramatic maybe. I'm Abhijit,
I'm Yes,
signing off.